Emancipation Proclamation did not free us. The 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution did not free us. The General Order Number 3 did not free us. We're still slaves here in the USA and throughout the world. The only thing that has changed for us is that our enemies have made us more comfortable slaves for the purposes of control. See, a lot of us are under the illusion that comfort equals greater freedom. You know, so if the more comfortable I get, that's got to read out that I'm more free. If I ain't got chains on my arms and legs and I got to work on the plantation and all the rest of that, and they're letting me out into the larger society, that must mean that I'm free. It doesn't mean that you're free.
Teach.
It's actually a greater mechanism of control.
All right. Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah.
Patient proclamation.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who teach well, peace and infinite salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad doing this work in truth and in sincerity, teaching the names of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and prophesying against Mount Seir. I'm the brother Abal Gabar from the Camp Company of Prophets here in Tampa, Florida. Coming at you with a quick lesson, man. And, you know, it was today's the 5th of July. Yesterday was the 4th of July. You know, people was out there celebrating, you know, the 4th of July. All right. And you had, you know, Jake going all out, buying fireworks, you know, celebrating, you know, thinking that they free. But we ain't free, man. Okay. And you see the title of the lesson, America is the land of our captivity, not our freedom. Okay. And we are yet this day in our captivity, as Baruch says, which I'm going to grab that scripture. But see, little do our people know, you know, our people really believe that they're free here because they don't have chains on their, you know, shackles on their hands and their legs. You know, they don't have the yoke of iron. But now, you know, we're subject to payments first and foremost, and we're in our enemy's land. Okay. We are subject to payments to our enemies, man. Okay. You don't pay this bill or that bill. You don't pay your rent. You get kicked out. You don't pay your light bill. They shut your lights off, so on and so forth. So we're far from free. Okay. And we can't, you know, fully exercise, you know, our laws of the Bible here in this land because we're under our enemies, man. Okay. And Jake really thinks that they're free. Jake is delusional, man. All right. That's why you're supposed to understand the scriptures, read the scriptures. You know, Deuteronomy 28, it says that, you know, we were going to serve our enemies for the one of all things. And that's what we're doing now. Okay. Jake don't own any of these huge, you know, major corporations. You know, all the major corporations are owned by the so-called white man, owned by Edomites. All right. So if you want anything in this life as a Jake, as an Israelite, you got to go to your enemy, man. Right. And that goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Okay. But I saw this video right here. It says elder scholar says black people are comfortable slaves in America. Now, I don't know if he knows the truth or not. I don't know if he knows about the Hebrew Israelites, but I will say this. He was speaking the truth. Okay. And I guess this is his name, Dr. Batu Shakari. He might be into that, you know, Pan-African nonsense, which that's a form of, you know, captivity as well, serving other gods. Okay. He said the Emancipation of Proclamation, 13th Amendment, and General Order Number 3 did not free us. And that's true. Okay. July 4th, or, you know, America's Independence Day, you know, didn't make us free. And actually, Jake was still on a plantation during that time. Okay. So the idea that we're free is all nonsense. Okay. It's not true. Okay. the Lord is going to come back. Yahweh is going to send his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, to come emancipate us or liberate us. Okay. Yeah, the definition of emancipated means to set free. Okay. So the Lord is going to do that. Right now, we're still in captivity. So let me go ahead and grab that. This is Baruch chapter 3 and 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. Okay, so in this very day, July 5th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, we are still yet this day in our captivity. Okay, that's why you have a social security number that goes back to a central bank. Okay, we got all these different contracts. You know, if you got a license, you know, you got birth certificate, all this stuff is, forms of our oppression, our slavery, okay, that we are not free, okay. But it says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. So we're still in captivity, man, and we're in captivity to our enemy. It says, where thou hast scattered us, the Lord has scattered us, according to Deuteronomy 28, for a reproach and a curse, because we're under the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right, it says, and to be subject to payments. Okay, so now our captivity, even though we're not in, literal chains, and we don't got the yoke of iron on our neck. Now Jake has that yoke of iron on their mind. Okay, our people have been so beaten down during slavery, that now our people have those yokes of iron on their brain, their mental, how they think. For instance, during slavery, they used to feed us, pork, crabs, shrimp, lobster, all this stuff, because it was cheap. Okay. It was easy to come across, and it was pretty much just, bottom feeder, food for the animals. And that's what they fed Jake. But now Jake eats it as a delicacy, man. Now Jake indulges in eating crab, shrimp, pork, and lobster. Okay. Because they had that slave mentality. Okay. Same thing with, the wacky tacky Christian church. Okay. Jake and the Christian churches is nothing more than plantation Christianity, man. They're telling you the same thing they was telling you on a plantation, man. All right. So our people, you Israelites, you bugged out so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that was, celebrating this pagan holiday, talking about freedom. You're not free. Okay. You're still in captivity. Okay. Now the chains are just on your mental, your mind. Okay. And you're still subject to payments. You're still subject to this so-called white man. Okay. We're under his laws, man. We're going to be set free when Yahweh Shai comes back and, he sets up his laws where we're going to be able to, rehearse, keep all of our laws perfectly. Right now, all we can do is rehearse. Right. But, shalom, shalom. I want to pull this up too, because Jake loves to talk about freedom. But even when you go into, and they talk about, the 13th Amendment, let me pull this up. The 13th Amendment didn't set us free. All right. So the 13th Amendment, right? It says the 13th Amendment, Section 1, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime. Okay. And who's the people that say that, you're convicted of a crime is the enemy. So at any given moment, Esau can come in and just label you as a criminal. You got a lot of Jakes that are in prison behind things that they didn't even do. Okay. But it says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So, Jakes will talk about, oh yeah, the 13th Amendment, or people in general will say, oh yeah, the 13th Amendment, abolished slavery. Not necessarily, because if you get punished for a crime, then guess what? You get tossed into a prison, into the chain gang. All right. So it says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime. So if you get punished for a crime, then guess what? You back in slavery. Okay. You back in chattel slavery, man. Okay. It's the same thing. So Jake, you think you free? You're not free, man. All right. Jake is delusional, man. Okay. Let me grab this real quick. I'm actually play that video one more time.
And did not free us. The 13th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution did not free us. The General Order number 3 did not free us. We're still slaves here in the USA and throughout the world. The only thing that has changed for us is that our enemies have made us more comfortable slaves for the purposes of control. See, a lot of us are under the illusion that comfort equals greater freedom. So if the more comfortable I get, that's got to read out that I'm more free. If I ain't got chains on my arms and legs and I got to work on the plantation and all the rest of that, and they're letting me out into the larger society, that must mean that I'm free. It doesn't mean that you're free.
Teach.
It's actually a greater mechanism of control.
And that's true. Our people think that they free because they don't got the chains on no more. No, you still a slave. And it's because we under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. We're not going to be free. We're not going to be liberated or emancipated until Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, comes and delivers us out of the land that we're serving captivity. Okay, going back to the title of the lesson, America is the land of our captivity, not our freedom, Jake. Our people need to wake up. Hey, we're not free here, man. Okay, we're going to be set free when we go back to our homeland. All right, we in enemy's territory. We're behind enemy lines right now, man. All right. To think you free is, delusion. You're delusional. All right. Just because even if you got some money or, you're still not free. Okay. Because you're still subject to the laws of this so-called white man. You're still subject to his judicial system. You're subject to his monetary system. You're subject to his money. You're subject. When we're free, we're going to have our own system, man. Okay, we're gonna have our own currency. We're gonna go back to gold and silver, trade, all of that. Not gonna be subject to no individual's currency. Okay, and another form of how we not free is because you got to pay taxes, man. Okay, go without paying your taxes, and they're gonna come for you, man. And guess what? We just read with the 13th Amendment. It says, except as a punishment for a crime. So they're gonna put your ass right back in slavery if you don't pay your taxes, man. Okay. But even right now, we still in a form of captivity, okay? Because we subject to this devil. Let's go to that. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, okay? And that's happened to us and it's still happening to us. It says, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Right. And that's why we went into slavery. That's why we're in the position that we're in. Okay. Other than the fact that it's, Bible prophecy and the word of the Lord has to be fulfilled. Well, we didn't keep the commandments. So what happened? The curses came upon us, man. The Lord made a covenant with us. We broke that covenant. Okay. And what came upon us was the curses, and we're reading it. It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So these curses are a sign of who the Israelites are. This is, when you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, you clearly see, you know, what people fit these curses. Okay, these curses are upon the Israelites for a sign and for a wonder. Okay, so when you read this, it's clear on who the Israelites are, which today are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are the ones that are under these curses, man. Okay, we're the ones that are being, persecuted. Okay, we're the ones that are under our enemies. We're the ones that fill the prison houses. Okay, we're the ones that are in the ghettos. Okay, we're the ones that suffer from black on black crime or Latino on Latino crime. Mothers killing their babies. This is all part of the curses. You know, your brother's eye being evil towards you. That's part of the curses, man. All right. It says verse 47, it says, because thou servest not Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua with joyfulness and with gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, and let me see if I can pull up the picture of the yoke of iron. Okay, so it said in the want of all things. Okay, the want of all things. So that goes to show you that we're not free. It said that we would serve our enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. Okay, and hunger, meaning you want food, who you got to go to? You got to go to the so-called white man. Okay, even if you own a business, you might have a business. Well, guess what? You still got to go to the so-called white man. Right? It says, and in thirst and in nakedness, meaning, you want water, and nakedness, you want clothes. You got to go to your enemy, man. It's a form of captivity, man. So we not free here, man. The idea that we free is madness. Okay, and Jake was out there, celebrating this Independence Day, talking about freedom. You're not free. You still a slave, man. All right, let me pull this up because it said yoke of iron. Go ahead and pull this back up. Yoke of iron. Okay, you see Jake with the yoke of iron. All right, this was part of the curses, man. This is how you know that we are the Israelites, man. Okay, started from Judah on down to Issachar. All right. So let's read that again. All right, because remember, these curses came upon the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Deuteronomy 28 and 48, it says, therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, which you see in this picture, which shows you the power of the Lord, man. This was written. The Lord said that he would do this, and it happened. It took place. We got the receipts. It says, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay? Who was going to do that? Our enemy was going to put the yoke of iron upon our neck, which is the so-called white man. All right? Which is the same devil that we serve in today, man. Shalom. Yeah, and I grabbed this already. Shalom, Tazier. Shalom. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity where thou hast scattered us, right? We're yet this day in our captivity, man. Okay? We're not going to be liberated until Yahweh shall come and deliver us. Okay? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, which we know Egypt represents America. And when you go into the word Egypt in the Hebrew, it comes from the word Mizraim, which means bondage. Okay. But it says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. and there you shall be sold unto your enemies, slavery, for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you, no man shall redeem you. Okay, not Malcolm X, not Marcus Garvey, not Martin Lucifer King. Okay, not Barack Obama, not Biden. Nobody was going to be able to deliver us from these curses, man. Besides Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai coming back and delivering us and changing us. Okay, that's who's going to set us free. Okay, and we're already being set free on a small level, on a spiritual level via the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. But on a physical level, we're still in bondage to this devil, man. Because we know the scriptures say the truth shall set you free. So mentally, we've been set free. Spiritually, we've been set free. But physically, we're still in the hands of our enemies, man. We're still here in Mystery Babylon the Great, America. We still got to go to the devil for the one of all things. Okay. We still under this devil, man, his system. All right. But you see, 2/3 of our people that were just celebrating, the 4th of July, not only are they physically under this man's hand, but they mentally still, they think like slaves, man. They eat the slave meal, crab, shrimp, pork, and lobster. They go to the plantation Christianity, Christian church. It's nothing but slave plantation Christianity. It's the same shit. Okay. They call themselves black. Okay. See? Shows you, man. Jake is lost, man. All right. It says, and the Lord shall bring me into Egypt again with ships. Okay. Who did that happen to? Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Egypt represents America or bondage. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, our homeland. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen, slave men, and bondwoman, slave woman, and no man shall buy you. Okay? We are yet this day in our captivity, man. Shalom, shalom. Beautiful. Tazir Makazah, Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Yeah, we were scattered during slavery. Okay, we were scattered during slavery, man. So the idea that we're free, let's celebrate 4th of July. We're free. We're free. Look, we can go out into the world now. Oh, you still a slave, man. Like I said, don't pay your taxes. Guess what? That 13th Amendment ain't gonna apply to you, because you're gonna be punished for a crime. Let's pull that back up real quick. All right, if you punish for a crime, guess what? They can throw your ass back into the chain gang. It says 13th Amendment, like I said, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime. So if you get punished for a crime, they throwing your ass back into slavery. Okay, and guess what? You're gonna have to, and you're gonna have to, serve involuntary servitude. So Jake is lost, bro. Put this back up. All right, now let me grab this. See, we're gonna be delivered from the hand of our enemies. Let me grab this. This is Baruch 4:18. It says, "For he that brought these plagues upon you," and who brought the plagues upon us? Ultimately, it was Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for our disobedience. It says, "will deliver you from the hands of your enemies." So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting to be delivered from this devil, man. All right, because we're still in bondage. We're still in captivity, man. To this very day, we're still in captivity, man. That's why we're subject to payments. That's why if you don't pay certain bills, you get stuff taken from you because you're not free. Okay. It says that's why you got a social security number, a birth certificate. It says, "For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies." me see. This whole chapter is good. Yeah, I'll keep reading. Verse 19, it says, "Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies." And that's when we're going to be made. When the Lord delivers us, he comes and he gathers us in the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, sends us back to the land of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Back to the land of Israel. All right. Let me see real quick. Let me grab this. This is the book of Micah 4:10. It says, "Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered," okay, which is America. "There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies." And this has yet to happen yet. So until this happens, until this, liberation takes place, until the Lord sets us free, physically, gathering us from the four corners of the earth, primarily here in America, we still slaves. Until this very day, we still slaves, okay? We still in captivity. We still in the hands of our enemies, man. All right? And we're waiting patiently for the Lord to truly liberate us, man. Just because you can, go where you want to go, or, wake up and quote unquote do what you want, doesn't mean that you're free. You still in captivity because you under the hands of the so-called white man. You got to go to him for the one of all things. But Jake is just lost, bro. All right. Let me go here. This is Jeremiah 5:19. "And it shall come to pass when you shall say, wherefore doeth the Lord our God all these things?" Salakia, we start back. Jeremiah 5:19. "And it shall come to pass when you shall say, wherefore doeth the Lord our God all these things unto us?" Why did the Lord do this to us? "Then shalt thou answer them, like as you have forsaken me and served strange gods in your land, so shall you serve strangers in a land that is not yours." And that's what we're doing now. You serving strangers. Even when you go into these jobs, you got a job, you getting paid minimum wage. Another word for minimum wage is slave wages. You getting slave wages. So you working, you still on the plantation. Jake got to work 40 hours a week to barely make it by. All right. You don't go to work for one day, you already, you hurting. You might not be able to make rent. All right. And if you don't make rent, they'll kick your ass out. All right. But you already getting minimum wage, which is another way to say slave wage. Okay. So you serving your strangers. So you making the so-called white man rich. You go in there to these corporations, and you on the line, you working crazy hours. You getting minimum wage while the company that you working for is making millions. They making millions. Okay. And you here making, $12 an hour. Okay. Barely enough to feed your family. Right. Which that's another way you can prove that we still in captivity. All right. So let me go ahead and grab this and I'll close it out. This is Baruch 3. Well, I got another one. I'm going to start at 9. We read 8 already. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. I'm going to read 9. It says, "Hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. How happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land. How the hell can you say that we free, but we're in our enemy's land? We're not going to be made free till we're in our own land, man. It says that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom, which is this truth, which is the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the Bible, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For if thou hadst walked, if thou hadst walked in the way of God, thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever. Okay, yeah. If we wouldn't have broke the first, if we wouldn't have broke the first covenant, we would have been, immortal gods. But it's all to fulfill prophecy. Okay. Let me go ahead and grab this. I just typed in strange land. Let me see what comes up. Let me grab this actually. That's why you're supposed to come out of this place spiritually. Yeah, this is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. The land of America is not our rest. It's not, like I said, back to the title, America is not the land of our, America is the land of our captivity, not our freedom. So this is not our rest. This place is not our rest. Arise you and depart, for this is not your rest. America is not our rest, not our freedom. It says, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Yeah, this place is polluted. America is polluted. The philosophies, the ways of America. Okay, the land itself is polluted. Okay, if you're following after the ways of America, like the pagan holidays and the LGBTQRS, it's gonna it leads to death. Okay, that's why this place is labeled as the sinful kingdom. Okay, so this place is polluted, man. All right, so let me grab this. I'll close it out. This is Jeremiah 10:1. It says, hear you the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, O house of Israel. You Jakes, man. And Jake be the first ones to be spending all their money on these fireworks. Every time a holiday comes around, these pagan holidays, Jake be blowing a bag. Jake be blowing all their money, wonder why you broke. You celebrating a pagan holiday. You celebrating a holiday of the wicked. Okay? It's a damn shame. And it's all written in the scriptures. But Jake don't like to read. Jeremiah 10:2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Yeah, learn not the way of the heathen. Okay. July 4th is one of those pagan holidays, man. Okay. Learn not the way of the heathen. All these different holidays. And like I said, July 4th, Jake was still in slavery. You were still a slave. Okay. So come on, man. Jake is lost, bro. So yeah, America is the land of our captivity, not our freedom. We need to be liberated, and Yahweh Shai is going to do the liberating. Okay. Let me grab this. I'll close it out with this one. This is Matthew 24:30. It says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. That's going to be the ultimate liberation when Yahweh shall come back. Gather us, put us back in our land. We get put on high. We're going to be under our laws, not under this devil's laws. Okay. And that's when we're really going to be made free, man. All right. So America is the land of our captivity, not our freedom. We're waiting to be liberated from our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. So with that, call Lord Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, it was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.